The second T20 international between West Indies women and South Africa women is happening right here at the 3Ws Oval. A look back at how the series has progressed. That ODI series done and dusted. It went to South Africa 2-1. And in that first T20 international, South Africa women, they won it by 50 runs.
Well, there you have it, folks. The fifth time in succession, Hayley Matthews has won the toss, and for 5 times now, she's decided to bowl first.
Yes, South Africa, an unchanged 11, and it gives the coach, Mandla Mashimbi, an opportunity to have a look at the resources in this format. What would have pleased him from the first game is the freedom with which the players played. Even losing wickets up top, the batters took responsibility, and wickets in the power play really set up that convincing win. So good to see the continuity in selection.
Yeah, and for West Indies, just the one change. Shanisha Hector comes in for Shabika Gajnabi, but just to help that bowling lineup. But she's quite capable with bat in hand. So again, when it's their time to bat that middle order, she might just step up a bit, and we'll see some of that big hitting that Hayley mentioned.
Once again, the West Indies have won the toss and chosen to field first. It hasn't quite worked out in their favour. 111 and 111 matches on wickets for Hayley Matthews, and just like she did in game 1, will be opening the bowling. Laura Vulvat hasn't been as productive as she would have liked, but Brits has been brilliant. Career best a couple of days ago. Almost a wicket first ball. Nice and flighted from Hayley Matthews. Maybe just short of her. Yeah, short, way short, but some intent already.
Oh, yes, to not just try and level the series. Oh. Just a bit sloppy, and that's what they don't want to start creeping in.
Just over the top and out of the reach of the fielder. Will dribble into the boundary. First 4 off the innings.
It's not a bad ball from her. She's hitting the deck, and she's asking Laura Vulvat to play into the leg side. I didn't quite get up a chance for the fielder, which was just a bit too high, but good signs.
Yeah, that's gone. Too short and too easy for Laura Vulvat. Another boundary.
Yeah, Claxton just getting too short that time, and Laura Vulvat will not miss out.
Yeah, slow delivery going wrong on that occasion, but excellent from Liliana Grimman at deep backward square.
That's something that she actually highlighted. So there was a media session that was held for the players yesterday, and Grimman talked about whenever she steps on the field, she's looking forward to fielding. Height, you're wondering if that was a consideration. But brilliant from Grimman. Catch should be taken. It is the breakthrough, and it's the captain, Walvort, that has to go back.
Claxton gets her for a second time in this series, and yet again it's just Zara Claxton making a breakthrough in this power play phase. Very good hard length, perhaps onto Wolvar a lot quicker than she expected, and easy enough for Karishma Ramarat. Captain has to walk back for 16, 30 for 1.
Tries to go, doesn't get the distance or the elevation. Matthews the wicket, Claxton the catch.
And again, the Proteas lose 2 wickets in this power play phase. And again, Marizanne Cat fails. Just trying to hit that one leg side. Easy catch for Zara Claxton. Cannot keep her out the game. Cat will be disappointed. Goes back without scoring. 31 for 2.
Into out is what they would say. De Klerk gets off the mark with that.
Yeah, it has been a go-to shot for Nadine de Klerk across this story when facing Karishma Ramarak. So look at the way she gives herself room to open up the offside. Yeah, just stays leg side of the ball and up and over the fielders on the offside. Really good controlled cricket shot.
Aerial, there's a fielder there. Chanel Henry doesn't make a mistake. And West Indies continue their good start here this morning.
Yeah, it's a massive wicket, really massive wicket for the West Indies. You can see what that means to them. Brits has been brilliant on this tour. They had a couple wickets before, but this one is the one they were really after. And who gets the wicket? Afi Fletcher. Brits goes for 14. South Africa 40 for 3.
That will clear the boundary. Nadine de Klerk taking responsibility and getting the first 6 of the innings.
Yeah, pace on this pitch, and even though she was hitting into the wind, she made really good connection, helped it on its way. Wonderful ball striking, and early in the over, you know what that means for the bowler, under pressure immediately.
Catch it. Not afraid to go the aerial route is Nadine de Klerk. I don't want to allow the bowlers to settle. Got 6 off the first delivery. Quick early call. She's got the dive in, but is it good enough?
Yeah, straight to the fielder. So there was a bit of premeditation perhaps from the batter de Klerk. I wonder if the dive saved her. Karishma Ramarak at that backward point position. The ball went straight to her. Got the throw in. Look at the dive. And that's what saved her in the end. Any young batter looking on, this is what you need to do. But might be in the air just a little bit, so we look to have another angle, but the desperation with the dive. We're seeing a bit of distance between the pitch and the bat. It's not going to be a straightforward decision, but the dive, just the value that she's placed on a wicket and not wanting to get out, I think would be what saves her in the end.
Yeah, right at this point, the bat is grounded. And just to confirm, that saves her. Not out, says the third umpire. Nice looking shot. And that will race away and reach the boundary for 4. So good, innovative stuff from Ian A. Smith.
Well, that's one way to play Afi Fletcher. We saw Tasman Brits play her differently, advancing this one using the turn, the perceived turn. Very good skill to play that shot, dexterous.
Fielding strikes again. Captain Hayley Matthew with the hands. Another for Fletcher.
Yeah, something had to give. The pressure was building on Nadine de Klerk. She's been trying a number of shots and haven't been able to get them off. Afi Fletcher has been the major cause of some of her issues, but not anymore. Plays this one up, push, and Hayley Matthews holds on. Yeah, she's disappointed, Nadine de Klerk, but she has to go for 20, a well-played 20. South Africa 69 for...
Brilliant from Ramarak, brilliant from the West Indies, and half the side down.
Yeah, excellent stuff from Karishma Ramarak. Previously, she has been a bit too fast with her deliveries. Yeah, possibly just slowing this one down a bit and getting the wicket. Smith goes for a well-played 13 from 13. South Africa lose their 5th on 71.
Catches the cry, does it carry? It does. Grimman has had good hands throughout this series. The flags are waving.
Yeah, the coaches are happy. The plan is going exactly the way they wanted it to. And Chloe Tryon can't give in. Yeah, pulls into the leg side and just settles under it. Young Grimmon and holds on. It's a big wicket. And Tryon goes for 4. In South Africa, 79 for 6.
Again, excellent fielding, preventing the boundary of the first ball of the over.
Yeah, they too know how important fielding is. And they all know you can have an impact in the field. They've been putting their bodies on the line every time. It can make all the difference in what you're eventually chasing.
How close was that to being yet another wicket? It goes for 4. Grimmon's down.
Yeah, you hope she's not injured, Liliana Grimmon. Perhaps a bit predictable on this occasion. Went short, the previous delivery short again. Yeah, good effort in the end. You think she misjudged it initially, Liliana Grimmon, but we hope she's okay.
Catch it. Nearly, but that's a welcome boundary for South Africa. It's the 6th of the innings.
Yeah, just gone a bit too wide on this occasion. Slower delivery into the surface, but allows Annery Dirksen to free her arms. Yeah, valiant effort on the boundary by the substitute fielder, Mandy Mangru, but she was never getting there.
Can't get it past Kiana Joseph. There's a bit of a mix-up. But in the end, they get the single. And that's the end of 20 overs. South Africa, having been put into bat, ended up on 113 for 6. Partnership of 34 from 32 deliveries between Miso and Dirksen. But it's been West Indies morning so far here at the 3Ws Oval. South Africa asked to bat first here at the 3Ws Oval. Were in trouble early on, losing both Wolfart and Brits, Cap, and lots of questions asked of this batting order. In the end, West Indies restricting the visitors to 113 for 6 in 20 overs.
Yeah, highest partnership 34. That last partnership between Miso and Dirksen. Next best 30, but just not enough partnerships for the South Africans to get them to a formidable total.
Disciplined from West Indies bowlers. Matthew Fletcher, you'd say, pick of the bowlers. 2 for 13 in her 4 overs. Karishma Ramarak with 2 for 25. South Africa's lowest score in a women's T20 international since July 2022, when they've batted their full 20 overs. It's a target within reach for West Indies, require 114 runs to square the series ahead of the series decided tomorrow.
Right, this is a positive matchup for the left-handed Kiana Joseph, though she's hitting into the wind leg side. We saw her with a positive start in game 1. They might have pitched outside leg stump. So there's aggression straight away from Kiana Joseph.
Yeah, certainly pitched outside leg stump. Would have been crashing into the stumps, but remember, it has to pitch on.
Yeah, that's going to be 4. So a similar start for Kiana Joseph in the second T20I.
Yeah, clearly she had been eyeing that deep backward square area. The two fielders in the deep are at deep mid wicket and long on. So this is an easy hit. Ball turning into her, slow. She has enough time to just adjust and play off the back foot. Good from Joseph.
What a shot. What a way to follow up that previous 4. 1 square, 1 straight, full range from Joseph.
Oof. Low craze for a catch, but she's off with a boundary.
Yeah, not exactly where she intended. She saw the width and the length, flayed her bat at it.
Yeah, stroked nicely between the fielder, extra cover and mid-off. A boundary to end the fourth. 21 wicket loss.
Gets it through Matthews. That is class on display, and that is a boundary.
Yeah, to the dislike of the bowler. She's just so brilliant. Hayley Matthews playing through the offside. He just gets into position, uses the pace, the narrowest of width from Marizanne Kapp.
The edge and catch taken. First wicket down. Partnership broken.
Yeah, Bonga Kaka making the breakthrough. A slow delivery into the leg side, but comes off the shoulder of Kiana Joseph, but almost a collision between the wicket keeper. And she goes for 17 from 21. West Indies lose their first on 41. Like Hector. Oh! How close was that?
Yeah, they can't believe this missed the stumps.
That's exactly what South Africa were looking for, and Masabata Class responds. A good sharp catch from the captain, Laura Wolfart. Brings wicket number 2.
And again, it's pace off into the surface. Another batter threw the shot way too early. Yeah, slapping it in front, but Wolfart is so good when it's that close to her. Good from Masabata Class. Good from South Africa. The pressure building. Shanisha Hector has to go for 3 on debut. 50 for 2.
Struck firmly down the ground. It's racing towards the boundary. Good start from Campbell.
Whoa. Just whoa. We haven't seen any other batter get started in this manner on this surface. And Shemaine Campbell looks as though she has summed it up. She knows exactly just how to play on a surface as such.
Nicely played. Wonderfully timed for 4. Make that boundary number 7.
Yeah, second time in succession she's missed her length for a try on. But Matthews, who's been in for 32 deliveries now, isn't going to miss out. Stays leg side of the ball. Yeah, opens up the offside. Crisply driven all along the carpet.
Again, she struck this really nicely for back-to-back 4s. Oh, this is a good over so far for West Indies. 10 from the over so far.
Yeah, the benefit of biding your time. Couple of things on that occasion. She's gone over the wicket try on, which means with the angle it goes across Hayley Matthews, making it easier for her to curve it through the offside. And also on a slow surface that is way too short, gives her way too much time.
In the air, taken a simple catch, really against the run of play. Very soft dismissal for Shemaine Campbell. South Africa back in it.
Using the feet, she's looked to get down the wicket on a few occasions and just turning the back face too early. And the simplest of catches accepted by the captain, Laura Wolfart. Campbell, she goes for 7, 70 for 3. She picks up a wicket in her final over, her second, and it's the big one, Chanel Henry.
Yeah, this game isn't over as yet. Chanel Henry sweeping across the line. adjudged to be struck in front. Yeah, looks adjacent, looks really good. Good decision from the umpire, striking with her first delivery. A brief stay for Henry. She goes for 3, 77 for 4.
Stood in their way. Quick single. And that's 50 for Hayley Matthews. And what a time to stand up for her team in her 50th Women's T20 International as captain. She raises her 18th time in this format, 98 for 4. That's some strike from the captain. 6 runs appreciated by the dugout.
Yeah, the first 6 of the innings, courtesy the bat of the West Indian skipper. That was crunched.
Yeah, Matthews wants to get this over and done with. And that's racing towards the boundary for 4. Excellent shot from the captain.
Yeah, an excellent shot from Hayley Matthews. He makes the adjustments, gets across to the offside, but instead of going leg side, opens up the scoring on the off.
Up and over. Janelia Glasgow gets the boundary, and West Indies win by 6 wickets. First win in the format since January against Bangladesh, and it's be a confidence-boosting return to victory.
They're leveling the series, and the crowd who are in support, who came out on a Sunday, and they're happy with the result.
Chasing 114 to win. Hayley Matthews top scoring with 63, and a valuable partnership between her and Janelia Glasgow, 39 of 33, taking West Indies to a 6-wicket win and their first against South Africa after 4 consecutive losses in the format.
Mlaba stands out with 2 for 17 from her 4 with 13 dot balls, as well as with Marianne Camp, who just had the same 13 dot balls with no wickets, 1 apiece for Class and Kaka. They couldn't hold out the West Indies in the end.
Confirmation of today's result. West Indies win by 6 wickets. Level the 3-match series 1-1, with tomorrow's game set for a cracking finish of the series.